So I want you to know that this show is about to be a blunt assessment of what's happened in the last couple of years. So I'd like to apologize in advance for what I'm about to say, in case I say something, when I say something that pisses you off. And the reason I'm apologizing is it's because it seems we all want an apology now. We've become addicted to offense. You can't give an opinion. You can't say a joke. You can't disagree with anybody. You can't even talk. Hey, that's a nice chihuahua. It's not a chihuahua. It's a Latinx squirrel wrangler. Sorry, didn't see the serape. And by the way, to be clear, to be honest, any comedian that actually apologizes, and a few of them have, you can't trust that comedian anymore. You just can't trust him anymore. Like, why would you apologize? But it's getting weirder, isn't it? And so I want to be clear. If you walk into a theater or a building with the word comedy on it, and you pay to see that comedy, you actually do have the right, 100%, to sit there, giggle, and shut the fuck up. That's what you get to do. Or you can leave, but that's it. That's it. I wrote this because I had a problem a while back. I told a Sarah Palin joke, which should be her legal name. They interviewed her at the Paul Revere Museum. They said, what do you think of Paul Revere? And this is what she actually said. Well, you know, Paul was out there shooting the guns and ringing the bells. Yeah, that's where she stopped. And she used her outside voice to say it. So 2 days later on Adam Carolla's podcast, they play that clip, and they go, Titus, what do you think? And which is not a good question to ask me. I said, well, if she's elected president, I'm going to reserve a spot on the grassy knoll locked and loaded because I love America. Hey, you laughed. Do you know why you laughed? Because it's a joke. That's why you laughed. You guys aren't a convention of serial killers that came to that. Let's go see Christopher Titus. He's going to kill Sarah Palin. Let's go. 2 days later, Bill O'Reilly plays me saying it on Fox News. Yeah, yes. And then he calls me a pinhead on national television. And then says, if Mr. Titus wants to come on here and explain his joke, we'd be glad to have him. And I have mixed emotions about that. Because I'd like to go on Fox and explain comedy to Bill O'Reilly. But I don't want to get sexually assaulted. Those of you who don't know, Bill O'Reilly settled one sexual assault case with one woman for $32 million. What piece of farm equipment did he misuse on that poor girl? That was her number. I need $32 million and a crotch transplant. I can't even look at a combine anymore. So I call my publicist and I go, tell him we'll go on the show. They call back and go, oh, Bill was kidding. He doesn't want on the show. Oh, so Bill's a pussy but doesn't know how to access one correctly. Okay. Next day, my agent calls, freaking out. He's like, Titus, we got 400 phone calls because of the Bill O'Reilly show. You have to apologize to the Palins. I go, I'm not apologizing for a joke. He goes, then you're out of the agency. Fine, I'll apologize for a joke. So I tagged all the Palins on my Twitter. I said to the Palin family, if you thought I was going to harm any of you, that's ridiculous. It was a joke. And I know it was a joke because the audience laughed. And the reason the audience laughed, because we as Americans realize we've set the bar so low on a possible presidential nominee. That we would consider Sarah Palin. You don't give the stupid cheerleader the Uzi. Sincerely, Christopher Titus. So please accept my blanket apology. You don't want a personal one. You're going to want an apology for that apology.